I suddenly see JJ gloating that he beat me in a Shark Tank. In a thing where I'm at a disadvantage, and they put 20-ounce gloves on me when I'm a lighter fighter, so I can't damage him. So he would get tired, go out, get a rest, come back in, and he gloated that he won that.
Gib has just exposed KSI, and it is hilarious. You may remember, over the past weekend, we just had a fight between Gib and Slim as the mainline event for Misfits. Obviously, there was a lot of beef going on behind the scenes with KSI and Gib seeming to like butt heads for whatever reason. It's clear that they're like, you know, setting up for a fight. Right, you know, Gib versus KSI, starting the tensions early so that they can make as much money as possible from that fight, make it a bit of a grudge match. But, you know, the hate from KSI to Gib just kind of seemed to come out of nowhere. You know, KSI was always, like, and Gib always seemed to be pretty tight, but then all of a sudden, you know, they were just like going at each other. And you may remember clips like this were circulating of KSI alluding to some kind of sparring match that took place between Gib and KSI.
Definition, we're taking him out. You got out of the ring and someone else came in? Huh? No, you've done 2 rounds. Yeah? Someone else came in the ring and sparred Gib. And you came back in afterwards. What happened? JJ?
No, but JJ. But when I sparred Gib, what happened? But when I sparred Gib, what happened?
No, listen. What happened? No,
but it wasn't.
No, Leon to JJ.
He won the rounds.
Listen, Leon to JJ. You done 2 rounds, got out of the ring, someone else came in, you came back. Yeah, all right.
Why? I mean, he's
okay, guys, thank you.
He's fought with someone.
There you go. So obviously, you know, KSI's gloating about the fact that Gib's not on his level because he did a sparring match with Gib and he destroyed him, apparently. In KSI's words, he destroyed him. He ruined him. And, you know, Gib's head, you know, manager or whatever, coach, was like, yeah, but it was from a Shark Tank. You know, you stepped in for 2 rounds and then you stepped out. Someone else stepped in for 2 rounds to go against Gib and then you stepped back in for a further 2 rounds. He was blown out of his arse. You've had 2 rounds to recover. Of course, you're going to destroy him, right? And KSI was gloating about this, like, you know, but there was so much more, like, hate that was just shade thrown from KSI to Gib and Gib to KSI, and it was just weird.
You know what? I'm just here to prove that I'm the best, and that's what I'm going to do when I defeat the Misfits best. 7-0 Slim, undefeated.
So then what happens when you lose?
Not gonna happen.
You lose. It's gonna look real embarrassing.
Not gonna happen.
It's gonna look real embarrassing.
Not gonna happen.
I'll be there commentating and I'll be laughing.
Good. Good. Oh, it's gonna be a fun one. Let's take it to some fan questions. You know what?
So obviously that was prior to the fight. You know, that took place before the fight actually happened. Gib ended up going on to beat Slim in a unanimous decision. And, you know, he also spoke about the fact that he was surprised that KSI was kind of coming at him sideways.
In that, he said, we're not friends. Did that take you by surprise at all?
Yeah, that did. Because when he had the 1v2, it was my phone that was ringing of him pleading for my help, to help him in the 1v2. So he was asking for my help because he put himself in a pickle. And then suddenly the fight got cancelled. So... yeah, that's it.
So it was originally meant to be you and KSI versus AT and Slim.
Be released on the night, so it's funny that this story is now coming out. And yeah, he needed some Gibbs help in that fight.
Okay.
And now I'm fighting his opponent that he didn't reschedule the opponent with.
In that, he said,
obviously a lot of context there, a lot to break down. It's a funny one because, you know, and it's weird as well because, I mean, we can all see what this is. This is just KSI setting up a fight with Gib, setting the tensions early and getting a bit of a grudge match. But, like I state, you know, we're here to talk about how Gib pretty much exposed KSI. So, you know, KSI goes on to gloat about beating Gib. Gib's not on his level because he beat him in a spar. And the spar took place during Gib's camp. KSI apparently absolutely destroyed him. That's the context that KSI gave. But that's not the full context. And Gib does go on to expose this within the Fellas podcast, which of course is hosted by Cal Freezy and the Burnt Chip. And they speak to Gib after the fight and kind of talk about the back and forth that they had and also go on to talk about the sparring match.
One of the reasons why as well got so much hype was obviously you had JJ on your ass.
Yeah.
And that was a funny storyline throughout the whole thing.
Yep.
That helped, to be fair.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
it's his thing. He knows he needs to get as many eyeballs on this as possible. Mm-hmm. I thought at first I was there like, feels weird. Were you rattled by JJ's antics before the fight?
You know what? It added to it because it showed that the promotion was against me. We had the promoter, we had the fighter itself, so it added to my story. So I liked the fact that the whole promotion was against me. The security was against me.
Wait, what?
The security. I done pushed Slim. See, I deserve this, though. I deserve this. This is my fault. I pushed Slim. The security pushed the fight out of the way. So I'm looking out. I noticed the security are bringing Slim over. I looked over. I said, do they just want us to have a scrap right now? And then I don't get slapped. I got slapped. The security brought him over to slap me. But I should have known. Once I push him, of course he's going to hit me back.
Yeah, of course. Like,
Why were my hands down?
Yeah.
Why did I put my hands down? But I should have known that because they covered his hand and then the screw just moved out the way.
You think that's intentional?
Of course it was.
I don't think they thought about it. I'll be honest with you, I don't think the security...
There's so much going on stage.
Are in on the act.
You think these 6'5" guys can't hold back Slim Albaher? These hench wham dons are struggling to hold back this fighter.
No, I just...
What, he bulldozed his way through them, did he? Of course not. Of course not.
They're probably just singing, let them have a little...
No, it was nothing set up.
Let's have some
I should have known. I should have been fight ready, but I was thinking to myself, why... He's not pushing them back. And then they moved out of the way, but I deserved to get slapped. That moment, I deserved it.
That was a learning moment.
A learning moment. So from that point on, always fighting stance. Always fighting stance.
Is that why in there's another face-to-face, you rock up, you get so close to him like this?
Yeah. All the time, yeah.
You were right there. I was there oh, bro, you're
you fucking sniffing
it. Which one was that? Was that on Fight Night? Was that on Fight Night?
Obviously, they go back and forth about this whole situation. I thought that was quite funny, but obviously the part that we are looking at is the back and forth between him and KSI, right? The sparring match that took place, and it's crazy.
Close. He mentioned in the because him and Leon got into beef at the open workout when he was trying to chirp you, and he said about these spars.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that?
So fantastic. I love that you brought this up.
Yeah.
I love that you brought this up. Maybe a few months ago, his coach said a lie. Me and JJ have sparred a lot, right? He was like, yeah, Gib came to the gym. We put on 20-ounce gloves, but we put 16 ounces on Gib to make the spar fair. So they're saying that they put lighter gloves on me, so I had more of a chance. What they did do was they Shark Tanked me. For those that don't understand what Shark Tank is you do a round, new fighter comes in every couple of rounds.
Okay.
So I'm doing like an endurance test, new fighters. I had a bad day. I lost all the fighters on that day. I'm working like southpaw techniques. So I lost. But it was different. It was different people every time. I suddenly see JJ gloating that he beat me in a Shark Tank. In a thing where I'm at a disadvantage and they put 20-ounce gloves on me when I'm a lighter fighter, so I can't damage him. So he would get tired, go out, get a rest, come back in, and he gloated that he won that.
He pieced you up.
That he won that. And before Taylor Holder, this was when Anisson Gib was a meme.
Mm-hmm.
I rocked him in West Ham. He was skating about, fucking arms flailing about everywhere. After that, I was thinking to myself, everyone thinks I'm a meme right now, but I fucking wobbled this guy. He's fucking skating about right now. I want to tweet this to clear my name, but I said, you know what? I won't. And he's gloating that he won a Shark Tank.
Well,
but during fight week, we were focused on Slim.
Yep.
And that was, that's the story.
So potentially...
Obviously, that whole situation is just wild, right? It's so KSI at the moment. Like, the guys... I mean, I've said it countless times. He's got an enormous ego right now. And to, imagine going in against Gib in a Shark Tank spar and beating him, right? When you've had 2 rounds, a break, and then 2 rounds, and Gib has gone, potentially up to, 10 rounds against 5 different fighters. It's just not even a competition. And then KSI's using that as leverage that he's not a big fight. Like, Gib is a pretty big fight, in my opinion. He's probably one of the best influencer boxers in the game right now, right? He's very, very good. And we saw it against Slim. His technique was pretty good. You know, yeah, they're all flawed. Every influencer boxer is flawed. They're not boxers. But, you know, him versus... I think KSI could genuinely be concerned about Gib. I think he knows that Gib could probably rumble him a little bit, like Tommy Fury did.
Down the line. Okay, so it's safe to say there's not going to be too many more spars.
Next time it's 10-ounce gloves.
10-ounce
we
gloves.
see who's down and out.
But you know what? I don't want to see that fight. But what I will say is, I don't know about you, Chip. I don't know what other fight there is.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, jump to get the hell out of that like button, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, I'll catch you later. Peace.